Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the time you've been waiting for all day.
You know what I'm thinking right now? Let's just spin the wheel. Fuck it. So we got a wheel of questions made out of Ross made it out of an old vinyl record, and we taped a bunch of questions on it, and it was basically if the podcast started slowing down, I'd be like, we could just jump to the questions, but I want to use it, so let's just jump to it.
I didn't realize it was the vinyl records. That's actually pretty cool. It makes it even more cooler.
Wait, Nate's eager, and I like that. I like the enthusiasm.
Come on.
He really wants to give it to us.
You want to go first, or should I go?
No.
The guest is the guest.
Exactly.
So be our guest.
I'll go first.
No, wait. Everyone slow down. Everyone just slow the hell down.
I like it fast.
We are all here, and we know who the fuck we are. We got that. But everyone listening is like, what the fuck is happening? It's just like listening to a drunken rage right now.
I like you assume people are listening.
Yeah, go ahead. Exactly. Okay, so let's kind of break down what's happening in the studio. We have two people, the main guys, Nate and Ross, and we have our guest, Danny Woods, sitting on the couch today. We're all in the living room.
Hello, Danny.
Word up. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Don't go into too much depth because it'll bore us, and we'll start snoring. But
well, I'm 6'2", tall, dark, and handsome.
This isn't Tinder. This is a podcast. But go on.
Well, I was trying to keep it short, for all the ladies out there.
Do you like long walks on the beach?
How the hell is 6'2" keeping it short? Please explain that to me. Jeez.
You know what Ross said? He was 6'3"? I think he's bullshitting.
That's his hair. The gel in his hair makes him another inch taller.
It's the inch of random bullshit I'm always standing on at any given point in the night. That's me. Oh, man. So, yeah, we're sitting here. It's Saturday. The cool part about this little story about what the hell we're all meeting up for is basically Nate, my roommate, has it in his head. He's going to drive down to the Bay Area. It's 11 o'clock at night. He's going to drive down to the Bay Area after this podcast. Totally normal. Go hang out with his buddy for a couple hours and then fucking head home and catch the fucking sunset.
I don't know. Exactly.
Oh, shit.
Just spin the fucking wheel. I think we've bullshitted around. Just spin the wheel. We're going to the wheel. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh.
So I think we gotta grab it. I think you gotta just grab it.
You told me earlier I'm supposed to look away and just grab it, and whatever I grab.
Yeah, wherever your finger is, or the pointer, whatever you want to use.
Is what I'm supposed to talk. And so this is when I did it earlier. I turned away, grabbed it, and I said I'm an asshole, and then I just did it again, spun it, and turned my head away and grabbed it, and it says I'm an asshole again. I'm like, what the hell?
I think the wheel is decided. So Danny is an asshole.
Danny is an asshole.
Right now I am. So
basically, we need what we would like, and the wheel would like, is an asshole story. So just a time that you were really an asshole.
And not the time you murdered someone, okay?
No, you don't need to go there. But just a time where you can openly be like, you know what, I was a little bit rude, fucking, or I was a little bit material or shallow. Right. Or
so, like, some years ago, my family, we have some odd balls in our family, and one of my nephews, his girlfriend, who's even more odd. Seriously, man.
Give us some visuals.
Well, she's kind of short. She's got like the straight long hair. Like she's
age range.
Probably early 20s. Got the kind of the nerd glasses.
I think we all know, was she hot? Was she hot?
I don't want to tell too much. I mean, she's got big bonkers, but.
She got big bonkers.
That's about it. But then she got this high pitched voice that just won't be quiet. She just keeps going and going and going. And so we're all hanging out there watching some movie, and I turn around, and out of nowhere, I don't know why, she just hits my phone. I have it in my hand, and my phone. I was drinking, and whenever I drink whiskey and Coke, I get a little rude. And she hit my phone, and my phone fell into actually my whiskey and Coke glass.
Oh, I can't.
So pissed me off. And I was like, here's in front of all my family and nephews. And I'm like, what the fuck, Brittany? What the fuck's wrong with you? And you don't really say that, I guess, maybe some people do, but, this is my nephew's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm getting pissed off at her, telling you start yelling at her and telling her.
It wasn't that bad. You didn't like call her a cunt or anything, but it was like you should have like reeled it in a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, and everybody literally it was there's probably 12 people there, and everyone was just totally quiet, and
it was like the record scratch. So.
Dude, big time. And my mom actually like a week later is like, we need to talk about your drinking problem.
Damn.
Not Whitney's slapping phone problem.
No, Whitney slapping a phone is not an issue. She's trying to stop third world slave labor, but you.
Yeah.
So hold on a second. So she slapped your phone. You're like, Whitney, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, why do you always act like this way? You're such a fucking idiot. It just all came out,
So let me ask you something. What was her angle on it? Is it basically like, we're watching a movie, you should be present?
I don't really think that she's ever had a man stand up to her. She's one of those controlling type chicks. She tells her, well, they're married now. She's the man of the house. She takes care, makes sure he does what she wants.
Oh, they're still together.
Yeah. So I think that was the first time that some dude actually stood up and, put the smack down.
Did she have like the shocked face? Like
she did. Yeah.
Deer in headlights.
Wait, so I'm assuming she was like trying to be funny. She slapped the phone, but she didn't want it to. She wasn't trying to get it in your drink, right?
No, of course not, man.
But she was just trying to slap your phone.
But the problem was that she's always does shit like that. She's always like bothering people, and like even my daughter's like, man, she is so annoying.
Like just like attention seeking, right?
Yeah, always loud. She'll sit there and poke you all day long. And, you kind of get irritated after a couple hours that's why when it comes to family functions, I'm like, I come in, I'll eat some food real quick, and I'm out, because otherwise I'll start like getting mad and cussing again.
You're like, I don't have a drinking problem. She has an annoying problem.
Seriously.
Like I drink because of her.
We both need to go.
It does help. I'm serious. It helps me get through it.
Right? Like, listen, I know the perception is I drink a lot. But that's just because she's around. That's why.
Dude,
no.
Man. Speaking of that, like back when I was in college, I rode a crew, and we'd wear spandex, right?
You what? You rode a crew?
Like I did crew, rowing.
Oh, you rode.
Yeah.
He rode a dick crew?
What?
I rode. It's
You're
called.
A rower.
It's called. Crew.
Well, we've all been there before.
And
is that where J Crew comes from?
I kind of, yeah. So we'd wear spandex all day long, and the problem is, you're wearing spandex in the morning. We rode.
You're seeing all those hot butts. Go ahead.
We'd row like 2-3 hours in the morning and 2-3 hours in the afternoon. Well, it gets all sweaty and hot, right? So I would like
go on.
I would, once I got out of the boat and got changed, I would just wear like shorts or something. I wouldn't put any underwears on.
How short were they?
Because I was all like sweaty and hot. And the problem was I get to the on campus. And then all of a sudden, as I'm kind of running to my classroom, my dingling's all like rubbing against my shorts, and it starts tickling. And the next thing I know, I got this big, this rocket coming out of my pants. And so I'd have to put my backpack in front of me and pretend
it's
like
not my fault, Paul. They're just tickling my balls
for like 2 hours. Pretend like I'm like searching for books in my backpack because it's like. It won't go away. It was just like this rocket shooting out of my pants for like 2 hours in the morning.
Oh my God.
I can't find that highlighter.
It drove me nuts, man. Oh shit! And I couldn't get it to go away either.
Oh my God! In high school, like basically, we had a swim class, and the night before, like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I just didn't know. I was a little kid, so at the store, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get these shorts, Mom. They're just like regular sweatpants shorts that were white at like Ross.
How old were you?
I was the hella young. Like, okay, well, I'll take that back. I was maybe like 13, 14.
How's it feel to be Ross at Ross?
It's pretty awesome, really.
This is my store.
My stores, my peeps. Oh, let me narrow this down to the Cliff Note version. I jump in the pool with these white shorts, and white shorts go see-through instantly.
You had a period?
And no. No,
you started bleeding in your white shorts.
No, but it's like a Bean and Frank show to the fucking with fucking like see-through paper over the front, and there's a bunch of girls in the class.
You weren't wearing any underwears or anything. You just were going like
So this is like a pool party.
This is like a swimming class in
party.
PE. Like it's the part.
So
of
there's
PE.
swimming trunks.
There's supposed to be swimming trunks. Turns out Ross knows nothing about wearing white swimming trunks, and they're totally see-through. And every time I get out of the pool, you can see my balls.
So it's like a wet T-shirt concert for your pants.
Yeah, and it's not like I was the only one who knew. It was like these girls were straight up, nice shorts, Ross.
And they could see the potato you stuffed.
Dude, no.
It was like those dreams when you go to bed and you're naked, and in your dream, like you're walking around naked, and it doesn't seem like anybody knows that you're naked, but you know you're naked, and you keep trying to like get pants on, but you can't.
I've never had a dream where I was naked.
I've
that
had,
really a lot?
I've had those dreams.
Drives
all
me
the time.
nuts, man. Yeah.
Drives everyone else nuts.
Everyone can see your nuts in your dreams.
So what were you doing? Were you checking your backpack too, Ross?
No, I just went straight for the locker room. I'm done. Like, Ross, why don't you want to participate today?
So the girls were all giggling.
My shit's nuts.
So the girls were giggling. And you're like, the water was cold. I promise. Mm-hmm. It's shrinkage.
Dude, isn't that the worst, man? Dude, you
I know.
cold water. Like, really, I really have like an 8 or 9 inch one. But it's like negative when you get into cold water.
They're like, haha, you're a girl. I'm all, it's transgender. And then I ran in the locker room. That's my story about that. But we'll spin the wheel again. I'm thinking, or should me and him just answer when we were an asshole? That's what I don't know.
Yeah, when were you guys an asshole? I'd like to hear this. I mean,
yeah, let's make old Danny feel a little better and talk about when we were an asshole. Nate, what do you think?
I got one.
Okay.
When I was like 16 years old, because I haven't been an asshole in like fucking 20 years.
that's
Nate's
bullshit.
No.
So when I was like 20 years old, I went out. I was living in an apartment complex. I went out and got the mail, and I'm like, oh, there's a letter to someone else, not me or anyone who lives here. And I could tell it was like a card, like a birthday card.
Oh my God.
You're gonna steal the money, dude.
So you did a federal offense.
What an asshole, man.
He's an asshole.
I'm a neho. So I opened the card and it's like $100 bill. No shit.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, fuck yeah, thanks, Grandma. Because it's like,
What was it?
it was $100 bill in a card, in a birthday card for someone. Probably,
When was this?
when I was like 16 years old.
Okay. I thought you were going to say like a year or two ago. I'm like, damn, you're an asshole, bro. Yeah, you're just mostly an
But
asshole.
I was like, jackpot. And yeah, I mean, that's fucked up.
Dude,
I mean, think about this too, because it's like, think about the repercussions that happens after, like, they're like, God, my grandson's a dick. Didn't even say thanks.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that.
And the grandson was probably starving that week, had no food.
Right. No food.
He had to rob a car just so he can get enough food.
His grandma got like dementia, went into a nursing
He's
home,
probably
and he
still
never
in prison.
visited.
You caused a whole
Dude,
you
I
are
didn't
an
even think
asshole,
about that.
dude.
Damn, what a dick.
Okay, what about yours, Ross?
Oh, well, I basically did the exact same thing.
Hey, no, you had to come up with something different, man. You can't copy.
It can't be like when I was a kid and I stole like my neighbor's mail and they had like a check.
No, enough for the post office. You got any non-post office stories? Dick.
Man, there's plenty of asshole stories, but let me think of one. I guess it's good that it takes me a while to think about this.
Probably because you're blocking it in your mind.
That's hella funny.
That's how many there are. There's just a big wall of fucking denial.
There's like an entire. It's like Trump could build a wall out of my asshole brick stories. But damn, we'll come back to me. I'm gonna pass on this one for a second.
What a dick. You're a real anejo.
If I was a type of tequila,
You know,
I
speaking
would
of
be an ale.
speaking of other assholes, though, right? So back to the whole like finding money thing. So my grandma was kind of sick, and she was staying with us. So back then I was into like designing clothes and stuff like that, and she's like, oh, here's my old sewing machine, and so it'd been there for a while, and finally, when she's there staying with us because she's sick, I decided to break it out and start going through it. Well, in all the little cans and whatever she had with the sewing machine stuff, I found like $400, and I looked at myself and was like, I know she hasn't looked at this thing since like the 80s, so she probably doesn't even remember the last time she put money in here. But I got this guilty conscience. I was like, oh man, I got to be honest. So I came to her and I was like, hey grandma, I found this money. She's like, oh yeah, I used to, I guess she used to hide money all around the house in different places. And I'm thinking, maybe she's going to give me like $50 or $100. So a couple of days later, she's like, here's $3. I was like, shit, I should have just kept the money.
Yeah, you're an asshole to yourself.
I'm like, shit, dude.
So what did we learn? Always rob your grandma.
Always rob your grandma. That is fucking funny.
Good story.
So let's fucking spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel again.
Who's next?
Who's next? Nate, you want to be next?
Okay.
All right, Nate's gonna spin the wheel. How many choices do you think are on there? Like 16 different choices?
What? There's like 18.
18. All right, he's spinning. It's spinning. He's grabbing, and any second he's gonna.
See the little pointed things.
Oh shit.
Oh, Danny's spilled a can of something.
Can of whoop ass.
We're gonna have to edit this part out later, or it might be cool. All sorts of shit might be picked up while we clean up this shit.
Danny, here, use this.
Meep meep.
Bad sex in car.
Oh man.
I'm not sure what you said.
Everyone's like, ew. Oh. Everyone can remember some bad sex in car.
That's the worst, man.
I'm a little jealous because I think I've only had sex in a car once.
Can you tell me about bad sex in a car?
I didn't find anything for bad sex in a car.
Yeah. She's a virgin. Siri,
does Danny Woods spill shit everywhere?
Here's what I found on the web for does Danny would spell shit everywhere.
So, how many pages came up?
Oh my god.
13,000 pages about Danny spilling shit in .0000.
I can't believe it.
So Danny's on the floor wiping up his rock star. You're a real rock star there, Danny.
Jesus, criminy. Danny's like on all fours. He's in downward dog wiping. But he looks good though.
Hey,
He's got a
thank
gray
you,
shirt.
'cause
He's got gray shoes. He's great. He's grayed out. It's like 50 Shades of Grey, bro. He's about to tie some bitch up with his handkerchief.
I guess I could tell you about my bad sex in car. It's not really that impressive, entertaining. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. So I was like at a camp out party, and this girl, my girlfriend at the time, she's like, I don't know. I guess we just got horny. And we were like, next thing you know, it's like, let's go fuck in the car. I'm like, yeah. And I've never had sex in my Toyota Corolla, and it's like basically a 3-seater car. Only 3 people can fit in it. And I don't know. I got the feeling that she was kind of an exhibitionist, to be honest, because she kind of was. We would have sex in like weird public places sometimes, and
It's fun, dude.
yeah. But a Corolla's a little fucking uncomfortable to have sex in, and
The stick shift is all up your butt and everything.
well, we were in the back seat, but the seatbelts, they do get kind of pokey, and like we're having sex, and I guess the people who parked next to us were leaving, and they're like. You could hear them coming up and like opening their car doors, and basically they could just see us having sex, and it didn't really bother her at all. I'm like, I don't know. It's just I'm not used to having sex in front of people.
Yeah.
So you're not a porn star, is what you're trying to say.
That's funny. That is funny. That's funny. He brings up Corollas because he basically stole my thunder because my bad sex story in a car is a Corolla, and is basically I met this girl like a couple hours away from Sacramento, and we went out. We had a good day. Went to the beach. It was all cool, and that things kind of like escalated, and we're trying to have this thing. She can't go to her house. I can't go all the way back to Sacramento with her, so we're trying to find like a little spot to pull over and park in my Corolla, a 4-door Corolla. So we finally find this little like side of a reservoir. It's like a waterway tunnel thing. Like picture like a 20 or 30 foot thing of water. You don't know how deep it is, but it's in a concrete little thing, and you're driving down this dirt road down the side of it.
Mermaids and things like that.
Yeah, it's like this tributary. I don't even know what it is.
It's like a tiny Panama Canal.
Yeah, it's a tiny Panama Canal to the left, and then a bunch of houses to the right.
It leans a little left.
It leans a little left. And so there's all these wooden fences and dogs barking, and we pull up next to this like thing, and it gets all
Sounds like
dark.
a country western song.
It is. Woof, woof. And
Riding fences, huh?
Yeah, and so the backstory to this story is basically I came out of a real bad relationship. My confidence was shit. And basically for like 8 months, a year, maybe even like a year and a half, I had not slept with anyone. It was a Droughtsville. And so this was like the slump buster,
Maybe
right?
that chick, like you were telling us earlier, but vice versa, she was all excited because she made you... She's like, oh, yeah, I'm doing a public service for Ross.
Yeah, she probably didn't even like me that much. It was like a pity
one
fuck.
less asshole for the day.
Like, she's like, dude, this guy's going to kill someone if he doesn't have sex. I'm saving a life.
This guy's about to join ISIS. I don't fucking give him a blowjob.
If it saves one building. So she pulled over thinking about the next World Trade Center and Ross's tension. And basically we go to the back seat. Okay, so this is how it starts.
Well, how'd you get back? I'm just curious, like, because that's always been a creative thing. Like, did you guys like make out going over into the back seat, or did you guys get out the car doors and walk around like normal people?
Well, hot damn! I'm glad you asked that, son. This is what happened. So, I'm in the front seat driving. I park, and she's in the front seat, and then we just start making out. And we're going at it, and I grabbing her boobs. That's hella funny. I just remembered some funny ass shit. I grabbed her boobs and I was like feeling on her nipples and shit. She's like, "What are you trying to tune in Tokyo?" And I'm like, "That's some funny ass shit right there."
Roger.
Do you want some cream with some young guy?
So good morning, Vietnam.
Now.
I need a second to rebound from the Tokyo. So I'm tuning in Tokyo in the front seat, right? And she's like, she says something along the lines of, "Wow, now you just got me way too excited. It's time for a blowjob." And I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah." But so I was a little apprehensive. We went to the beach all day, and I'm like laying in the sun, and I'm like, I've been hot,
Your
been
penis is
walking.
burned?
I'm like, I probably got the salty dog fucking situation and whatever.
Little flavor.
Fucking just
You got
little,
seagull dick.
I got seagull dick.
Some ketchup on it too.
And
When
then
he was barbecuing, he got a little bit of like barbecue sauce on it, and he hasn't washed it yet from when he went pee, and it was on his hand.
Oh God. And then she gave me, the what I would call like the standard, "Oh my God, I normally don't do this, but you're so hot. And we should go to the back seat." And so then we went to the back seat. And so then we went to the back seat, and she was a little bit bigger girl, like not at all like we're both big people. Like I'm 6'3", she's probably like 5'11", and we're both bigger people in the back of a
it's not a whole
Toyota
lot of
Corolla.
room, yeah.
No. So at first it starts out with like me sitting down and her straddling me, and then it turns into like doggy style, and then the windows are so fogged up and the fucking dogs are barking. I'm about to pass out from heat stroke. So at a certain point, the windows in the back are unrolled, and she's out the window with me kind of like angled at a weird angle behind her, like both getting
wow.
fresh air, doggy style, trying to finish off. Fucking dogs barking, fucking windows down.
Your head's out of the sunroof. Her head's
There
out
was
of the.
no sunroof. No, there was no room for any of that. That's why we had the window down. in the
Oh
back.
my gosh!
So it's very tight quarters, but
Made it work.
and I did do it one more time after that, and it was much better. It was like with a different person that was like, we just made it work.
Medium size.
The teamwork was fucking much better on that one. So next one.
Oh, and the car stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you tell your car story?
No, but I remember.
Have you ever had sex in a car? Have you ever not had sex in a car?
I was
I know
dating.
how you operate, Danny.
A Volvo, a yellow Volvo. I'm thinking
A Volva? A yellow...
a pink Volvo and a yellow Volvo.
Oh man, I don't know. I remember the first time I was coming back from Southern California. I was dating this chick. We went down and visited some friends down there, and going over the Tejon Pass, from Magic Mountain over to Bakersfield area. And she's like, oh, we just gotta stop. And all she wanted to do was bone. I mean, it was pulled off the side of the road. Same thing, windows were super foggy. My rear end I had like a hatchback, and I was able to fold the back seats down, so my butt kept like hitting the back window.
Oh my god. The butt kept hitting the back window.
I just remember being cold. Like, every time I hit the back window, I was like, oh, it's cold.
What would that look like if you walked up on that situation? It was like just like two big old cheeks. Like, you hella know what's happening, but it's just hilarious.
Oh man, it was out of control. We stopped probably like 7 times on the way back to Sacramento, and every single time
Did it again?
I just remember being so uncomfortable. Butt cheeks. Seriously, man, I can never forget that. Like, it was cold every time my ass hit the window. It was cold.
That kind of reminds me of this time when I was pet sitting for my sister's kitten. And it was really cute, but it was like always getting into shit. And it was probably like around 11 o'clock at night, and I was like in my bed and started having sex with my girlfriend. And I guess the kitten got in the room. And I was like on top of my girlfriend having sex with her. And all of a sudden I feel this little like tap on my balls. The kitten was like swiping at my balls. It got on the bed. It was like swiping up.
Oh my god.
And, dude, I jumped. I was like, this feels so fucking not cool.
Oh man, it's
Like, it didn't hurt.
Is
It was
funny.
just like a cute little kitten slapping at your balls.
That is hilarious. That it's not my story, but it reminds me of my buddy, my old roommate's story. He said he was he met this new really hot girl, and he was commuting down there, and he was hitting it doggy style in the kitchen, and they were both naked, and she had a dog, and so he was hitting it doggy style, and his balls were swinging, and then like they hella stopped and hella started laughing because the dog was licking his balls from behind them both. He's like, what the fuck? Ah! The dog was licking the... Oh, my God.
I'll tell you what, though, yeah, it's an instant turn off. Like when an animal is like, hey, what are you guys doing?
So I went to an open mic the other night, and one of the comedians was like... I don't think he was doing too well. It was pretty raunchy the whole time. And he was basically like, whatever happened to some good old traditional pornography? Like bestiality, Like a nice Labrador, giving it to a woman. And he just went on, and everyone's faces at the bar was just like, they're just waiting for him to be done with his experiment. But bestiality, dude, is like, I'm like...
It's all funny because, like, I'm sure when he was thinking about it at home, he's like, oh my God, this is going to kill.
Right?
This is going to kill. They're going to love this joke.
His fucked up friend that he shouldn't listen to was like, fuck yeah, bro. Or no, his like neighbor that wanted to borrow his skill saw was like, fuck yeah, bro.
I think we're about done. You feel like we're done? I feel like we're done.
I had to get pissed.
Yeah. Ross, why don't you take us home?
I feel like we're just getting warmed up, but it's fine. Well, I guess that's it for today. It's a special short feature because the situation is 11:55, and we're gonna get going to the bay to play, and we'll see you another day. So take it away. Stay strong.
All right, thanks, Danny. Later.
All right. Well, that was dramatic, and I've experienced a lot tonight. So the time is 2:17. You last spoke to us when it was 11:55, and these guys were gonna get on the road. Then they fucking turned into chatty Cathy's, and then I was just sitting there. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna bring it up if they don't. I guess we don't have to get on the road. Fuck. So what are your guys' thoughts on this?
I distinctly remember we're like, we're gonna go get some smokes and some rock stars, and then we came back to the house, and I was like, well, I'll get my keys and we'll go. But it's like, I could tell there was a quiet amongst the room, and then it's like Danny's like, so are we gonna go? And I'm like, I can actually not go. I mean, I want to go, but at the same time, it's like we've been drinking, and it's like that's an hour and a half. See, when I lived in Vacaville, an hour drive was like okay, but in Sacramento, that's an hour and a half, and I'm not like a fucking,
You're not a rocket scientist, because if you were, it wouldn't be an hour and a half, right? You'd be there in a rocket. That'd be the point.
Well, it's not too bad going down there, but it's when we're coming back. Once you pass Davis, that point from Davis until you
the last little stretch.
Causeway,
that's
dude,
tough.
It's only like a few miles, but that's when I
always have to pee.
Yeah.
My background on this is last night I was driving. I drove all the way from Los Altos through Fremont, through Benicia and all that area, and I'm like, I'm doing fine, I'm doing great. And then just like you said, I get to Dixon and then Davis. I'm like, holy fucking shit, I can do this.
So these two sections that are like Death Valley for a million miles.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going over the overpass, and it's all water at night, and you get into the city, and you're on the overpass still, and it says something about like Harbor Exit Sacramento. So it like makes you think like you're close, but you're really still like 10 or 11 minutes away from fucking where I live, which is like Midtown. So it was like 12:20 at night, and I was doing the math in my head. I'm like, okay, so it's an hour and 20 to get to the bay. 12:20, that's 1:40. I'm already tired. Then like another 20 minutes of talking happened, and then it was like, okay, well, 2:00, I'm definitely going to be tired in the bay. I'm going to turn into old man complaining ass. And then
I think what happened too was Danny broke it down like the reality. It's like, well, we're not going to get back to like 6 a.m. And I just glanced at Ross, and Ross had that like look on his face, because originally when we talked about it, we talked about leaving at the club like around 2.
I think Ross was upset because he wanted to watch the workout shows in the morning.
I did.
At 5:30 in the morning, and if he couldn't be back here to watch the workout shows, watching some people in their spandex pumping it,
that's right.
He was going to be, that's just, he's like, no more.
I'm
Sorry.
cheap. That's all I have. So I got to watch live TV and get the workout programs in. So
the James Fonda remix.
And Nate, he's like an excited, like young teenager thinking out the math of going to like a WrestleMania or something. Mm-hmm. So no, Dad, it'll take us 20 minutes to get there, and then we'll be back by 8 p.m. And he's like, well, son, it actually takes an hour and a half to get there. It's hella funny. He's like, it was like 12:30. He's like, Danny's like, you want to go still? He's like, oh, I was planning on leaving there at 2. And
I'm like, looked at I'm like, that means we'll hang out for 15 minutes.
That means you'll hang out for fucking 7 seconds, and then you'll say bye and drive home.
We'll show them, say, hey, we're here, and then leave.
You can't say I didn't come.
It's like we like, hey, Christian, we're here. We'll spank him on the ass. We're like, happy birthday. Later, bro. Like, I feel bad. So, like, Christian, if you're listening to this, I feel hella bad. But
well, if the Uber ride only cost $20 to get there, we'd Uber it down there.
Yeah, seriously. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry.
What, are you eating nuts again? Come on, Ross.
Every time we turn around, man, you got nuts in your mouth.
You can't leave me alone for a second. So, I just ate at Burgers and Brews. Then I came home and ate. Before I went to Burgers and Brews, I ate beef jerky and all these snacks. And then I came home, sit down, we do a podcast. And there's like this little snack bar chia thing sitting here, like 10 minutes after I ate. 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I better eat this.
Were you hungry, or were you just like, I better eat it?
No, I'm not even hungry right now.
I don't. Yeah, that's great.
You probably just had a breakup. You're all emotionally disturbed and like feeding your pain with hunger.
This is pure comfort food.
I can't believe he broke up with me.
It's so painful.
So to bring up something super personal, Ross was seeing this girl, and like I guess it's not quite working out, and he got like a page-long email from her.
A page long? She didn't. That's a page long. Seriously?
Like a very long email, and it like I love Ross because he's like, fuck this. He's like, I'm not even reading it. and I was like, we should definitely read it on this podcast. You want to pull it up?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
That's why we should.
No.
So Ross, when we made out, you just you couldn't,
so curious.
You
what
couldn't
this
go
says.
long enough, and I'm not into that. It makes me feel uncomfortable that you can't have a hard on for 4 hours. Some
No.
weird shit like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was like that. It was basically like when I started dating this girl, I told her like, you know, hey, this is where I'm at. I'm very busy. I don't have a lot of time. I don't want you to take that personal. So I don't want any expectations on this. And this is where I'm at. And she's like, yeah, no, I totally understand. I'm right there too. I want to move slow. I just came out of a relationship. All that stuff, right? All sounded
Which means nothing, because that's always just...
Which means absolutely nothing.
It totally. What I heard was, this is what she was hearing. You want to start a life together. You want to have kids. Let's get a minivan
That's what
together.
she heard. Let's get
co-sign a lease.
I know. That's what she heard. She's like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm cool with taking
Okay.
it slow. Yeah, all right. Yeah,
So I guess-
2 weeks before you marry me.
So that's what she heard. And then we were dating for a little bit. And I was really, really busy last month. And then I'm not really telling all the details. So the details are she doesn't have a car. Okay. So she doesn't drive. She doesn't Uber to my house. She doesn't take the bus to my house. I mean, I don't want to tell her to take the bus to my house.
Does she like deal like?
But you emailed her a bus schedule.
No, I didn't.
Dude,
I should have.
That's like lazy. She's
I should have responded,
She's
hey,
a doobie or something all day long.
hey, that's great. You know, just for the sake of the comedy of the show, I haven't read the email yet, but instead of even reading it, I should just respond to it with like a bus schedule with all the times to my house. Be like, well, this is one way out of this. I think you should be open to this, you stupid. Anyway,
I was trying to freak Ross out earlier. I was like, you should just read it. It's probably just like nothing crazy. Just like she's pregnant. She's got AIDS.
how about this? I could pull it up and then I could like read some of the details, but not all the details.
You
But
should have
maybe-
seen the look on Ross's face. He's like, that's possible.
Who knows? Who knows?
I think the more you could freak out your friend, the better.
Which friend do I want to freak out? So tell us about a failed love of yours recently. Anybody jump in at this point? Save me. Go ahead.
I know Danny's like,
Really good at it.
yeah, Danny.
I'm good at failed love.
He's really good at failed loves.
Me, I'm like a pro, dude. Like if they had a master's certificate, I would have exceeded that twice in failed relationships.
You'd be like kung fu master.
If you had to pay for all my failed relationships in the college sort of tuition base schedule, it would be like $100,000 in failed relationships.
You know what? I think actually that would be a good idea to have that class in like college. It's like how to break up, because
Seriously,
breaking
man.
up is hard to do, and it's like you almost need like a breakup coach sometimes, or like a breakup app.
Or at least doing it properly. You know, some people don't know how to do it. Don't even know how to break up. And they're
Right.
It's like at least like just text them and say, "Hey, I didn't feel comfortable with the way you smelled."
So you do a text. What a douche. He's like, all you do is you send her a telegram.
Wow.
Like Pony
So
Express.
okay, there's definitely a line though. So like what
Yeah.
like the text is okay for what within the first 3 weeks, and then it
Yeah, and especially if she's totally like chopped liver, where you're like you only were like trying to hang out with her to like maybe bone one time and that's it. Yeah, text message is like, psh.
But what about after that? Let's meet for lunch in a public place.
No, that's too much. You guys had to be dating like 4 or 5 months for that. You know, an email's fine, or even just like, you know, you don't respond, you don't call them back, respond to them for like a week, so that you know that by the time you do respond, they're not going to answer the phone. So then you just leave them. You know that it's just going to go straight to voicemail.
Especially on a Tuesday at 2 p.m.
So you leave a voicemail message so you can at least say, "Oh, I tried to call," you know, so you feel good about yourself.
Got to cover your bases.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't text. I tried to call you to tell you that, you know, this isn't working out, you know.
Danny's definitely one of the guys that's qualified to be like a breakup coach.
I've had to do it so many ways, man. Oh my gosh.
Wow. I might need your help. Are you available weekends? That'd be hella funny if like I made a bunch of appointments with him to be my breakup coach, and like at some point he's all, "Look, Ross,
I'm gonna throw
it's
cabbage
not,
at
it's
you.
not working out. We're gonna have to not do this anymore." And I'm like, Jesus, you're trying to coach me, man.
Even your breakup coach broke up with you.
Exactly.
You're like, it's not you, it's you.
Like, bro, I could just totally understand how women don't want to fuck with you.
I dated someone.
Hey, what's up
someone
with
like that.
Jessicas? I feel like the last 17 Jessicas I've met have been like incredibly attractive women.
Yeah.
Like, do you,
They're all. They seem almost every single Jessica I know is hot.
if we could go ahead and have an ugly girl named Jessica call into the show right now, that'd be great. We don't have a phone number, but hi, this is Danielle.
I love you, Rossi.
Damn, girl, you got a beard.
I'm kind of extra padding.
I thought it just meant when we took a cab, we took a Lyft or an Uber downtown, and the guy, it's weird. A lot of times they'll have like bottles of water or like some gum, but this guy had a huge tray of candy.
Here we go.
Big old tray of candy on his console.
I felt like it was what do you call those things that we hit the pinata?
Yeah.
I felt like it was at a quinceañera or something like that.
So as soon as
We're
Ross
knocking on the
got in,
piñata.
Ross got in the car, he sat in the front seat. He tried to put his seatbelt on, and he hit the tray with his elbow, and like 50 pieces of candy flew all over the car, like a pinata just broke. And Ross turned over, and he told me later he thought I did it. He was gonna like call me out, and I'm just staring at him like, you did that. I was just like, Ross, what a dick move. It was funny though, because Ross felt so embarrassed and sorry. He apologized like 3 times, and the guy was like, "No, that's fine, it's fine." And I was just like, "Damn, Ross, you're a dick."
I know. It was like
total jerk,
and he had a
man.
super nice like Jeep Grand Cherokee. We like got in. It was like hella nice floor mats even. And then like I'm like, wow, there's a huge tray of candy. I'm like, I even said, I'm like, wow, you're really trying to raise your game up. And like, and then right when I did that, I went to put my seatbelt on, left elbow to position flip over, and then left elbow flipped over the whole shit, and candy went everywhere. And his
You know what though? I almost thought that's his bad, because think about it, like, what if you had a plate of bacon and eggs right there? It's obviously gonna get knocked over.
That's what I was.
I was
like,
gonna say,
what?
hey,
Like,
man,
don't
it's
you
not-
have some straps? Like, where's the bungee cords?
It's probably the first night he did it.
It's always somebody else's fault. You know, it's not our fault, man.
We're just being selfish.
You know,
It's his fault.
exactly. Damn guy.
It's like he tried to do a nice thing. What a douche.
Jesus. I mean, I helped him out. I was just doing research and development. You know, he's lucky someone from the fucking union doesn't come in and flip that shit over. Banged elbow bill or something. I don't know.
It's like when this has happened to me before. You go and buy a drink for a girl, right? And you're walking up to her, and someone bumps into you, and you spill it on her. Like, wait a minute, you were just about to be like, you know, the king. You spill it on her, and now she's like, oh, what an asshole. Wait, it wasn't my fault. I bought you a drink. I went out of my way. What the heck, dude?
So you expect her to still say
Jeez.
thank you?
Yeah, she should be like, oh, hey, let me lick it off my arm. And you know.
So I have a story sort of like that where I was kind of a dick. Here's another asshole Ross story. His one night. at Toomey's, and basically this girl asked if I could take a picture of her and her friends, and basically they had a brand new camera, and it was before cell phones were hella good, where they took clear cameras. It was like when they had digital cameras, and it
That was the
came
big
out.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then you turned the button on, and then the fucking front went, and it like came out like telescopic and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I totally know, dude.
And so the shit came out
Like
telescopic.
some war machines, like a cannon.
Yeah, and I had it on my hand, and I took a picture, and she's like, can you take another picture? And I'm like, yeah, I took another picture. And I went, here you go. And then like she bumped me or someone bumped me. It wasn't my fault at all. No. And then the thing dropped. And so it dropped face first onto the telescopic and fucking it like hella kinked and fucking.
It can't do the zzz. It can only do zzz.
So she's like looking, she's basically like with her two friends, and she looks at me. She's like, oh my God, you totally just broke my brand new camera. I can't believe it. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
You're like, it's not me. This
But-
guy behind me, that's the one you're pissed off
But
at.
I was still like hella doing the, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she's like, I can't believe you broke my camera. I seriously can't believe it. And then this went on. And then her friends kind of like shushed her. She's like, it's okay. It's okay. And then they like leaned in and did a close like talk to my ear. She's like, she's totally annoying. Fucking just forget about it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's hella funny.
Man.
So like even her own friends were like, no, that wasn't your fault at all. Like, you know what I mean? So
couldn't, like, that's the moment you wish you had the phone that we could record that conversation or something.
right.
You know, we
I
can't,
like taking pictures of groups of girls though, because it's always random and they're always like. Remember one time I was like down at Pismo, and I was just like walking with like a friend.
How are they?
And it's like it's so funny because like
Hey Nate.
that's my breast impersonation of a group of girls.
we invite some ladies over. We'll be like, hey, Nate's gonna give us an impression of what you guys sound like.
Hey, do it, Nate. Do it, Nate. Do it. Hey guys, can you take a picture of me? Go on. Sorry.
So yeah. So anyways, I was like at Pismo Beach, and there's like a big group of girls. And just happened to be walking by, and they're trying to take a picture of the group. I'm like, you guys need help with that? So they're like, yeah, can you take a picture of us? And they're like, yeah. And they're all like trying to like prep and look good and like.
You're
And
hot.
I'm like standing there waiting for them to do all their bullshit.
Sticking the camera down your pants.
You're like, I said I could take a picture, not observe a goddamn overtaking.
And some girl was like, should we stand over here? And like, no, Becky, let's just stand here. I'm like, yeah, shut up. And I was like, yeah, Becky, shut up. And they just started busting up, dude. I was like,
Yeah, Becky, shut up.
so funny.
Hey, finish up any thoughts on this, and I think let's do a wheel real quick. Let's see.
The wheel says we should wrap it up. What do you think?